My name is Albert. I'm a maths teacher. I work in a private school about an hour from where we live. We live in Sandford in Dorset, England. We've got our son, his name is James. So it was 2016, we've just had our son, and right from the beginning, nothing has just kind of worked out the way we planned. My wife wanted to breastfeed, but we discovered the breastfeeding, not enough was coming out. And so my son would end up crying and crying and crying because he wasn't getting enough food, which he needed. And to add to that, we also discovered he wouldn't go to bed. He wouldn't fall asleep for more than an hour, if you put him down on his back, like they said we should do. And my wife would get distressed. So the only thing I could do is to pick him up and cuddle him, and walk around with him. But to my surprise, I realized that every time I'm holding him and singing, he just settles. It was mostly worship songs. So at times when he was distressed, I would just get into worship, and then unknown to me, I would just worship and worship and worship. And in that moment, sorry, but what I found was at times I would just be, this feeling of joy and peace will come over me. It makes me feel a bit emotional and tearful at the same time, not in a bad way, but in a joyful way, to know that you can experience God. Up to that point, I've never really experienced the intensity of God in that way before. So we decided eventually, we'll just abandon the 100% breastfeeding and then have a combination. And it became an easier process. But the amazing thing was, all through that is finding God or God finding us, drawing us closer to Him, not knowing that that was what was happening, to the point that something in me started to just hunger for more of Him. Sometimes it's not an easy conversation because I just pour out what I'm feeling and I say, look, God, this is what is going on. This is my life. This is how things are working out at work. Is there an idea? Do you have a solution? Do you have something I can do? It's just like talking to a normal person, and sometimes he speaks back, not like I hear a voice, but I hear ideas pour into my head. And surprisingly, often it works. I try them and it feels like, oh, actually, this is what I'm meant to be doing. And it works out.